Welcome to the Midnight Gaming Council. My name is Batters, and here with me on tonight's episode is Vrbanac and Brad. How you going, guys?
Not too bad.
Well, thank you.
Fucking awesome. So, we're settled in with our excess and our iced coffee, and you got nothing at the moment,
Oh,
Brad?
well, I had a solo, but now it's disappeared.
Yes, you did have a solo, and it has disappeared.
Solo is low on fizz, so you can slam it down fast.
You obviously did slam it down fast, Brad, because it's gone.
Oh, including the can.
It was just so tasty, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Alright, so before we get on tonight's menu, or topic, or agenda, I should say, I just want to quickly point out something which is just mind-boggling. And we'll discuss things before we went on air. EA, fucking Electronic Arts, and their millions of dollars in money. How much money? Well, Q3 earnings, quarter 3 earnings, that is, for people who have no idea what
So that's
Q3
in
earnings.
3 months.
In 3 months of the year, this is how much they've earned, which would have been the latest 3 months, I guess, or regardless, it doesn't matter, because the $787 million was made using live services, including like microtransactions and season passes and the garbage like that. $787 million compared to games, like game downloads, 260 million.
That kind of says something about their games. Either they're not putting enough into the games, which make them as appealing to people to buy the games.
For more people to buy them. Well, you can imagine if more people bought it, maybe how many more live services they would make off of that too.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's absolutely ridiculous. Well, actually, you make a good point with that, because $260 million out of the $60 game, so people are spending more on the live things, in-game stuff, like per game. Oy, what the hell? And then just as a lol, the mobile division made only $183 million. Only, which is over half of the regular game.
Yeah.
Well, they're the masters of selling DLC. And season passes.
Which is exactly what like mobile games sort of are.
Yeah, exactly.
Which leads me to the next topic which we'll be talking about, or which I'll be talking about mostly, mobile games, and how most of them are just free-to-play fucking trash.
Yeah.
And I don't say that lightly, because it is trash. Like, free-to-play in general does have its place if it's done correctly, but mobile games just seem to leech off of this system, like, horrifically. So, a recent example, the one I'm always sort of exposed to, because our mate, Steve-O, he likes to play a free-to-play Star Wars game on the mobile, which is made by EA, mind you. This is only the third Star Wars game that they've made.
I think I've got the same one on my phone, actually.
Star Wars Commander or something? First Commander or something
like that.
It's like a turn-based like RPG.
Yeah, I've got that.
Sort of game, yeah. So you know exactly what I'm going to be talking about.
Yeah.
Well, now I should say, just bullshit. Because, like, as a Star Wars fan, you look at the roster of characters, you think, oh, this is awesome, and you know, it's kind of cool.
Yeah.
But then when he's describing the game mechanics to me, where it's like, oh, yeah, you got to wait your turn after you do, like you use all your energy, for example.
And you gotta wait 24 hours.
Yeah, exactly. It's that sort of shit.
Yeah, that's right.
Or
It's
you can use money in-app purchases, and
if you can skip that process.
You can do it now.
Yeah.
Exactly. Or you can, like, you know, if it takes, let's say it takes 30 hours of gameplay to level up a character, you can buy the in-game currency to level it up now. Exactly.
I want it now.
I want it now. And that's the scary part of this free-to-play shit, because it's so accessible. It's like you want it now, and they shove it in your face. It's like, oh, you have to wait, you know, an extra hour for energy, but if you press this button, it takes you to the store.
If you've got your credit card or whatever, PayPal or whatever, linked to your Play Store or iTunes account, all you're going to do is
just say, yeah.
Just click it, yeah, let's do it, and they keep charging you.
How many times do we hear of, like, parents and the kids or something, like, spending thousands of dollars on, like, in-app shit, like, just from crap, like Candy Crush or... I don't know, like, I don't even think Angry Birds back in the day had, like, microtransactions. No. Yeah. You just buy the game, yeah? Not even.
It was free back when it was first released.
Yeah, so now it's just evolved into this garbage where you've got, like, proper... See, with mobile phones, they're pretty powerful these days. They can produce some really good games and graphics.
Yeah.
Not dissing them whatsoever. Even my 5-6-year-old HTC... you can play Dead Space, or a version of Dead Space on it. It looks sick. But the games are just trash because they're all geared towards making money and not a artistic experience, which the game should be first and foremost. Like,
Well, a good example is that Super Mario Run that was released last year.
yeah,
Where they had a free trial that you could download,
Mhm.
and then if you wanted it, you could pay to get the game, which was a one-time purchase.
Yeah.
But once you paid for it,
can you get the whole game?
you had to yeah,
So it's a proper game.
and it was actually pretty nice. It was good.
It is good.
Yeah.
See, I haven't played it at all.
Yeah.
Have you played it?
That was the one game that I actually bothered to spend money on, and was actually satisfied with the mobile game overall.
Because it's not cheap either.
No, it was, I think it was like $15.
15
roughly,
bucks,
yeah.
which is a lot
That's,
for an app, but for a quality made and designed app.
and all you do is basically tap the screen, he jumps, and he just runs on his own, but the whole idea is you have to time your jumps correctly to get
So there
through.
isn't that much to the gameplay in that
No.
sort of sense. But if it's, and you guys are saying it's still like pretty
It's
decent
still
and enjoyable.
It's still fun.
And it's got a lot of levels in it, I think, too. Like
It does.
99 or something?
Yeah, it's
Something like
sort of
that.
very similar to what you get on like a DS game, for a Mario title. You've got like all the different worlds and like the different progressions and things like that. So.
And that's what I'm sort of seeing them doing with they're bringing Mario Kart to the
Yes,
mo-
recently
mobile
announced.
platform.
Mario Kart Tour.
I'm assuming that they'll probably do the same with that, where they'll have like a free download as a trial, then they'll have where you pay to get the rest of it.
Yeah.
That's what I'm assuming they'll do with that. That's just an assumption.
It
But
does depend how the game is structured and
Yeah.
whatnot. They might have learned some lessons off this Mario run because apparently they missed out on something like $80 million in revenue or something, or maybe even more. However they want to like categorize or whatever, they still made $50 million off the thing. But apparently only 5% of people who downloaded it actually bought the game.
Yeah.
So with that in mind, you can see why a lot of companies do this free-to-play shit.
Yeah.
Because you download the whole game then, and then 100% of the user base is playing the game.
Yeah.
And then, and this shits me, you get options of how much you want to spend in the game.
Yeah.
And some of them don't hide it, where they just give you a $150 package,
Yeah.
where you can buy 10,000 coins and loot crates or whatever in this shitty little mobile game.
Just going back to Mario Run, I know the catch with actually buying the full version of the game is they put like different coloured coins in each world, and there's 5 total.
Mm-hmm.
And if you collect them all, it'll allow you to unlock the next level in order to progress.
Yes.
But they are very difficult to obtain, so
there's-
you have to put a lot of practice in.
There's a sense of
So you actually got to play the game.
Yeah, in order to unlock it. as
You
well.
can't buy
So
those
it's not
separately
just-
though, yeah?
No,
No.
you buy the game to unlock
The game.
unlock
All
the
the
full game,
levels, yeah.
but you've still got to play the game to unlock everything.
It's
Yeah.
essentially you're buying the game.
Yeah.
And what you're downloading is a demo.
Yeah.
Which is what it used to be back in the day. Remember we used to get like demo discs and stuff? And you
Yeah.
have like a level on there.
Yeah, and then
Or a timed even one, like
and
a
then,
time
and
thing
then you'd be
even.
like, oh, I want to get that game. Go to the shop and get the game.
Well, exactly. And you pay however much it was.
Yeah.
Back in the day they were
That
expensive.
reminds me of the original Xbox so much, like it actually came with one of those like
It
full-on demo discs.
Oh, yeah.
and
Remember
you
the
can actually
PS1
play
did
all
too,
the way
yeah.
through,
No,
Yeah,
the PS2 demo disc that you
Yeah,
get in
PS2
the
ones.
magazine,
Oh yeah, I've got
PlayStation magazine.
got a whole stack of those.
Yeah.
Yeah. But they don't do that anymore with these mobile games.
Yeah, because of everything being on the PlayStation Store and just being able to download demos and all that sort of stuff. Why would they want to do that?
Well, you can, some of them, no, there's not even a lot of demos these days. You get some betas though, that's
Yeah.
different.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, mobile games are trash. Because, yeah, they're not games. I'm going to talk about this actually, because they're not games. They're there to make money.
Yeah.
That's not a fucking video game. Because when we were kids, and when we think about like if you see a game or you hear about a game and it does a certain, like, it's got some certain graphics or a certain gameplay feature, something like, oh, I want to play that. And you have this sort of, I don't know, just attraction to it. It's really hard to explain, but as gamers, you guys understand.
You get the idea of what it's like and what you want it to be.
Or what you want it to be,
Yeah.
Or what you, like, it's kind of like with movies, I guess, like, oh, I want to watch that movie because that's in it or something, like, there's a certain thing going on. It's the same with games.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
yeah, like, that side of gaming is not what takes precedent when they're making these mobile games, because they
Right.
just think, okay, how can we structure this game
How
so
can we
people
make
can
money?
make money?
Mm.
Or buy the shit, like,
Yeah.
buy the coins or the loot boxes or whatever. So there's always that underlying every decision that they make with these sort of games.
Yeah.
Which goes with the whole thing, like, you know, you got to wait an hour when you expended your energy, or just bullshit like that.
I'm not going to lie, with the whole video game development thing, if I was to make a mobile app, I would not pass that up a chance to make money. Even though I'm kind of against it, if I had the opportunity to make an app and make money, I wouldn't pass that up.
I think a good way to
But
do it is
I need it. It's how you do it.
yeah, it's how you do it and what your intentions are with the money afterwards, I think.
Yeah.
Because if you just rip people off initially and then you say, no, we're going to make a really good game with this money now,
and then be like, no, piss off.
Well, they might do. They might say, "Fuck off, we want more free-to-play shit."
Yeah.
Well, it sounds like
yeah.
Destiny too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that shouldn't have been a game.
But
Itself.
no, I wouldn't
Yeah.
That
pass up.
definitely should have just been expansion.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Wouldn't
Yeah.
pass up the chance to make money if I had the opportunity.
yeah, because then we'd make the game that we want,
Yeah.
which is, you know, it's a moral sort of conundrum. It's like, oh, well, what do you do? But I think if you do it right, then like, what is the right way to do it? What's the right way to make a free-to-play mobile game where you ask for people's microtransaction money and still try and be artistic?
Yeah.
I don't think it's possible. Like, I don't know. Unless you do skins, maybe.
I mean,
Even skins are not worth it.
I hate that shit too,
I hate
though.
it.
Like, that used to be stuff you just unlock playing the game.
Exactly
Or
right.
you create yourself or something.
Exactly.
I've read through heaps of reviews on like the Google Play Store, and there's heaps of games that get like 5-star reviews, and people are just reviewing it saying this game is rubbish. It's pay to win.
Pay to win,
Pay to win. Or there's some people commenting saying this game is absolutely awesome. I haven't had to spend any money on it. But there's some of those ones that are like pay to win, but you can technically
Play without paying.
Playing without, like, you could just wait
Yeah.
24 hours to do
Oh,
what you got to
that's
do.
exactly what the Star Wars game's like.
Yeah.
But then Steve has a bit of the buying shit in it, so
I'm-
he's already like, you
I'm
know,
guilty.
succumbed to it.
I'm guilty. of
You've
spending
done that as well?
Some money, not a lot, but
Maybe a little bit.
back in Candy Crush times.
So what would you get when you buy Candy Crush stuff, like the extra moves or something?
Extra moves.
Fuck it up. Oh, look, you got to experience it, I guess.
Yeah.
The first experience that I sort of felt it coming to particularly this generation of consoles was when I played Evolve, because going back to what you were saying about paying for skins, they were so aggressive with their DLC
Yeah.
content. Just
First off, too.
paying for weapons that were just different colours. Like, are you kidding me? And like, they're not even offering like even a deep game with, you know, a
No, there was no, like,
story that's
campaign or anything,
coherent.
no.
Yeah, it's just
The multiplayer
trash.
shit.
It's trash.
No, you're right.
Yeah.
It was like $170 worth of DLC or something in its first.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
garbage. Free to play garbage. Not that it was free to play. It should have been.
Oh.
Yeah.
I was disgusted with myself after I because I was hyped for it, and I played like a couple of games, and then after that, it was just like this money-making machine. It's like, buy this DLC, buy our skins, buy our characters. It's like, really, come on.
Yeah,
Like,
it's more about the money as opposed to the art of the game.
Yeah,
Well, you look at that game you got me download Smite, that's
Yeah.
free to play, but the amount of different, like, the packs that you can purchase that are like optional add-ons, it's just unreal.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's. Yeah.
So the key is not to get sucked in by.
Well, try not to. Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. Or pay for games, like
Yeah.
good games.
Like, with
Yeah.
that, just discussing that game, like, I was actually really just enjoying the general gameplay because it was similar to, like, League of
Yeah,
Legends,
yeah.
but it had its own sort of theme to it, being sort of gods and stuff like that, and they had, like, all these different abilities, and
Yeah.
just the way it played felt a lot nicer than sort of having, like, sort of a bit of a top-down look,
Yeah.
and the world's sort of a proper 3D environment, but I mean, even still, like you're saying, you're right. The transactions and stuff's really aggressive on
That's
that.
where,
space,
that's
like,
where they
yeah.
suck people in. They say you can play free and make it so appealing that they sort of kind of like peer pressure people into
Yeah, to buying shit.
to buying shit. They like tease people. They're just like, you can get this
If you pay this.
If you pay this or buy this.
And you can do it at like the $2 level, you know, really, really cheap.
Yeah.
Or you can really
And
fucking
then-
eat them and get $150, which is more than a game.
Yeah.
So, what? You're paying more for what a game should be for just shit in the game. And it's obviously a shit game, because it's shit.
That's just like the $160 pack on Fortnite. You get the V-Bucks. The
Oh.
V-Bucks pack, it's like $160.
Yes.
I think initially when it launched, what was it, the ultimate edition, whatever the hell it was like over 200.
Yeah.
That was ridiculous.
No, that's bad. Not to shit on Fortnite, it's a good game.
Yeah.
I think they're trying to find the right way to kind of do the free-to-play thing and
Yeah.
microtransactions and stuff. But whilst we are shitting on mobile games and stuff, there is one mobile game that does deserve a shout out that I have been playing over the years and I paid. It wasn't much. It was $3. It was $5. Who gives a shit? It's called Game Dev Story. And basically, you just it's like a tycoon simulator sort of game, but for a game development company. And you make your own game company and you go through the generations. So you start in like the 70s and you like they've all got different names for the consoles and stuff. Like a PS2 is not called a PS2. It's like a I don't know, game station or something. Like it's something different. And it's got like art, like pixel graphics and stuff. But that's a good game. That's a proper game, and it doesn't shove microtransactions in your face and coins and rests and this and that and just garbage and whatever. You can talk forever about this, but mobile games are fucking trash. Now, next on the menu, Danny Vrbanac, what did you want to talk about tonight? What's grown in your gears?
Well, it's not really something that I can...
Got him a gears of war. Oh shit.
I'm a supporter of the Final Fantasy series, and Final Fantasy games back in the day have always been turn-based combat where you sort of make up your party to suit the sort of encounter that you sort of coming up against
the boss or whatever that you're fighting. Yep.
Yeah. So you sort of tailor your party to suit the situation. But current Final Fantasy games have sort of ditched the turn-based combat and they've gone to real-time combat, which is garbage.
Does it ruin the essence of the game though?
I think it has.
Yeah, because that's an important thing to really think about. Like, if it's really
people that are
detrimental.
There's people that argue that where like boss battles, it's the turn-based combat. It's I quite like.
Does it take away elements of strategy? Is that your argument?
Yeah,
I can see that.
I can see how that would work.
So it's like kind of like you have one, like your mage would use like a healing spell.
Yeah.
You have one mage that would use like an attack spell.
Yeah.
Whereas like in the real time combat, it makes it a bit harder to kind of like navigate between.
Because you can still switch between characters.
You can still switch between characters, but it's different.
Yeah.
Because when you switch, does like the person you switch from, do they do like stuff on their own? Or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there's like an AI sort of element underneath. But you got to like juggle between them as opposed to like a turn-based strategy kind of thing, which I guess
it's still kind of like turn-based, but it's like real-time kind of turn-based sort of thing.
Well, isn't that what they're going to do with the Final Fantasy VII remake? Isn't it a hybrid or something? I don't know how it's going to work.
Yeah.
I've never played a Final Fantasy game, so I'm not one to talk, but having played like Advance Wars, for example, that's turn-based.
Yeah.
So I get how it works. And there is a different element to it as opposed to the real-time.
Yeah.
Like, it's a completely different.
I guess each
gameplay.
I guess each to their own. There'd be people that would argue saying it's for the better and it's good.
Yeah.
But personally, like you said, Steve-O doesn't like the real-time combat.
He doesn't. So ever since it started,
Steve-O is a big supporter of Final Fantasy.
I'm just trying to picture it as a bit like Diablo's type of combat. That's sort of real time.
Yeah.
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 Okay. Because that wasn't turn based at all. That's just an enemy comes at you, they're attacking you. You just got to fend them off and kill them basically.
Yeah. As opposed to like.
But like within the game, it's got its own like tutorials and they teach you how the combat system works, so you know how to do particular things and whatnot.
Yeah.
So it's good, but I
guess actually I can relate to this. It would be kind of like if Pokemon went to a real-time thing.
There was rumours about that they were thinking of ditching the turn-based combat and going to a real-time combat in the new game, and I thought that'd be crap.
See, that would ruin the essence of the game, I think.
See, something like that would ruin Pokemon.
So I can see why it might have ruined Final Fantasy.
Yeah.
I think it's okay to have like a spin-off maybe with different combat.
Yeah.
They should have probably done that, because how many Final Fantasy games with spin-offs like this?
There's so many.
And I think that over time they've just integrated that real-time combat, which I have seen gameplay like footage for. But it almost seems like they went to the real-time, you can probably correct me on this, when they changed the camera angles of the game.
Yeah.
Because Final Fantasy on PS1 used to be like top-down.
Yeah.
Now it's like a third-person adventure sort of game, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you can still have the real-time shit in there though, surely. I mean, not real-time, turn-based.
Yeah.
Sorry, turn-based,
Well, I guess each to their own. Like I was just saying, there'd be people that would say it's for the better, but I don't really like it.
Yeah.
For me, it's ruined Final Fantasy. Like I can't really enjoy it as much. Like Final Fantasy 15 was a bit of a fail for me.
Ask about you
as beautiful of a game as it was kind of ruined
something different about it, different enough.
It was too different. It was too different that it ruined it for me.
Yeah, games they like that sometimes over the years, where they just change and evolve, and they sometimes change too much.
Yeah.
Like Metal Gear Solid did that a bit too, where it was from top down, Japanese style PS1 game to a third person. Just
I think it sort of comes down to which games do it well and which games don't do it well.
Yeah.
Because I know with Diablo it's been done well. And now, and like just recently, I've started playing what is it, Divinity Original Sin, and that's a turn-based RPG. And I was thinking it's going to be a lot more like Diablo, like, and the graphics are very similar and stuff, but I can see the appeal of how you have to think about how you're going to plan your attack instead of just going in there guns blazing and spamming.
Bashing and
Like,
stuff.
planning moves ahead.
Because it feels like you're just spamming attacks and then you might, defend a little bit and then just spam attacks sort of thing, and there's not really any sort of strategy as such. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like nothing's planned out. You don't like sneak up behind someone, or you just sort of go in there head on and do whatever. So
Yeah,
They've got to do it properly.
yeah.
Like, you can't just pick a game and say we're going to put that in. They
it's
obviously
got to be the right game.
they obviously thought about it, and it might have worked the first time they did it.
Yeah, and they've just
And they've
carried
just gone with it. And I'm assuming it was popular enough that they just kept on with it.
Well, that's the other thing too. Like, if when a game gets, because Final Fantasy is a huge game, and when you get fans over generations, they like different things, and
Yeah.
I can see why that would bug you though. Like,
Yeah.
because if you love a game over time, there's just certain things about it that make it what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
if,
that's right.
It's like, I don't know, it's like if Gran Turismo turned into an arcade racer. It's like, if it's not Gran Turismo, it's like, there's certain things with certain games that you just can't change because it makes it what it is.
Yeah.
Like, it's like the latest Doom, for example, that is a Doom game.
Yeah,
That's
that's
how you do,
Doom.
Yeah.
the essence is there, like it's, they've done a good job of it.
Yeah.
It's not like they were going to make Doom 4 like a Call of Duty sort of game with quick time events and stuff. It's like, that's not quite Doom.
No.
But at least this one, there's just the elements.
Yeah.
Yeah, as you say.
Like they went down the horror path with that too, like making it all dark and stuff. In
That
like
was
Doom
a
3
good-
and
that was a good game.
Doom 3 was decent though,
Yeah.
because they did it right. And they only did it once. It wasn't a spin-off, but it was kind of like a reboot. So it's like, we're just going to reinterpret Doom this time and see how we go. And
They did it alright.
oh, they did good. Yeah, Doom 3 was alright. And the latest one's, sick too. And the classics are classics. And
You see some developers, they try to go down that path where they think, they want to reboot a series, and they reboot it the wrong way, and then and it fails, and they learn their lesson, and then they
go back to something or
go back to how it originally was.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's sort of really hard to think about how you can sort of keep a series going and, just refreshing and being able to provide something new just to sustain it sort of thing. And that's sort of the direction that is happening with Halo. Like they've had to add more jetpacks in, they've had to add like all this futuristic stuff, like upgrades to Master Chief and how sort of the gameplay works now, and it just feels a little bit different. It's still remaining close to its roots, but it's just enough there to sort of sustain it.
they make it a little bit different, and because there's 5 games, and it's almost a 20-year-old franchise now too, which is kind of amazing when you think about it. And if you go back and play Halo 1, it still feels fresh. It still feels like a modern game, especially if you play the Master Chief Collection one.
Oh god, yes, it feels amazing on the Master Chief Collection.
Just quickly on that, just consider this too. Back in the year 2000, a 20-year-old game was just garbage compared to what we play now, compared to what the game was 20 years ago, like Halo, for example.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird, like, how that works.
2000.
That's wrong, really.
It is a bit weird, isn't
It
it?
feels like...
You think we should be past more, but that's kind of... But I guess when you do play the original Halo, and you think, oh shit, okay, this looks shit compared to like Halo 5, which looks incredible, and it's amazing. But back in the day, it was, what it was, like 4-player split screen.
It was the game.
Yeah, it was,
Yeah.
It really was.
Oh my god. And everyone raved about how good it looked and everything.
And the game 20 years before that would have been like Pac-Man.
Yeah.
Like, just for comparison's sake.
Some people even play that today and they're like, yeah, this is good.
Oh,
You
Pac-Man's
don't have to
great.
put up with microtransaction bullshit, you Pac-Man, hopefully.
Well, actually, the arcades, it was microtransactions, because you die, you put in $1. Put in another $1. Put in another $1. But that's a great topic for another day, of how arcade games...
That's it, we need to go back in time, destroy arcade machines.
They
Everyone have
started-
microtransactions.
God damn it. You end up paying like $60 in an arcade over the time you should have just bought the game. When the console thing comes around,
That's it, everyone get your baseball bats. Go down the arcade, smash everything.
fuck this shit. They use timeout cards now, or whatever. What is it?
Swipey card.
Swipey card.
Swipey card, get tickets.
On your
You
card,
don't
yeah.
get tickets anymore. You
No.
get tickets on the
On the
card.
card, yeah, that's right.
Which is actually good, because what if you lose them? Well, But then you can't pull
What if you lose your card? Oh shit.
Yeah, true. You lose all your tickets as surgeons level too.
Yeah.
Hey, that'd be a good topic to do in an episode, actually. Just time zone or intensity.
I mean, good or arcades, I reckon there'd be people that would be able to sort of make an algorithm where they can put their own tickets on there.
Ooh, possibly.
Yeah.
Just get like a F-post reader or something and then link it and do something like that.
Just take your card in. Oh, I have everything on the shelf. Just behind you, mate.
Sir? Yes! Everything. That's all shit anyway.
Like,
Some pencils and rubbers and... Oh, look, there's a pop vinyl, you know?
I remember there was a PS4 that was at 60,000 tickets. Just think about how much money you need to spend to get 60,000 tickets.
Oh, probably 3 or 4 times the amount.
No.
That'd be something ridiculous.
Yeah, so you'd be spending probably about 3 or 4 times what you would actually going out and buying a PS4.
Oh, but you have fun doing it, don't you?
It's fun.
No, if it's those like the Wizard of Oz machine where you got like coins and stuff off the...
I've never seen a Wizard of Oz before.
Go to time zone Craigslist there.
Is it? I'm there.
Wow, it's next to the laser like...
Oh, right,
You
okay.
normally put the 20-cent coins in and it's got to push the coins off the...
Yeah, that's the one. Right? See, the wizard? Fucking just coins in. But anyway, we're getting way off topic here. The Midnight Gaming Council.
So anyway, that's
Final Fantasy.
It's grinding my gears.
Grinding your gears.
Yeah, yes. That's fair.
I can understand why.
Yeah.
Yes.
So franchise that someone loves and cherishes.
If they change it a little bit,
Yeah.
it just kind of ruins the essence.
But see, like you said, if they were to do something like that to Pokemon, I'd probably cry.
I think a lot of people would. To be honest. I would. I didn't play it, but I would. Because having played Pokemon Gold, I just know that's like, that's Pokemon.
Yeah, you know how like how much the turn-based system is.
How much
part,
it's just
part of the game.
Even in the series, it's kind of like it just works better as a turn-based thing.
Yeah.
Because they don't really fight in real time in the series either. Like the trainers tell them what to do, and
Yeah.
it's turn-based.
Yeah.
So, the third person here in this session is Brad Sweeten, and there is a third topic to discuss. And yours is console refreshes.
Yes.
Or just the this new mid-generation refresh thing that's happened.
Yeah, and
this gen.
maybe we can even discuss a little bit of what's happened in the previous gens, just like...
Just for comparison's sake, yeah.
Yeah.
When this whole thing started too,
Yeah.
which was probably PS1 era.
PS1.
Yeah.
With the PS1.
PS1.
And PlayStation.
PS1, then I had the...
Fuck it, we'll start from it.
Yeah.
So PS1, PlayStation to PS1.
So,
Nintendo 64 didn't have one.
so the original PS1 was the grey
Just the grey box.
box.
And then it was a stylized grey box. Like it had rounded edges and it was a lot
But
smaller.
then there was a stylized grey box that had the screen.
Yes, you could put an LCD screen on the back of it, which was a nice upgrade to the older
Yeah.
thing which didn't have that. And it had speakers on it too.
Yeah.
That actually sounds so good.
I played it once. It's sick.
Yeah.
It's really cool. It's just
Oh.
tiny, but when you're sitting there, it works. It's good. So yeah, Nintendo 64 didn't have that, but they had the expansion pack thing, so that was kind of like an upgrade, refresh, whatever.
Yeah.
They also had the thing we didn't get in Australia, where you could attach it to the bottom of the console, and it was called Nintendo 64D, I think. It was like something like that. Yeah, you could like connect a modem to it.
Ooh.
Japan.
Wow.
And download games and stuff. It was pretty advanced for the time, but we never got it here anyway. Yeah, the drink fridge is opened. So, there was only those two. And then,
Order of the day.
there you go. And then
I'm pretty sure
next gen.
I'm pretty sure that one was the
sorry.
last of the PlayStation one.
It was, yeah, there was only two. Well, it was just a redesign, really. It was,
Yeah.
like it was making the same thing smaller and
Color
cheaper.
PS1 Slim.
Exactly, yeah. That's exactly what it was. Then the PS2, they did the same thing. PS2, then the PS2 Slim, which was a lot smaller, but it was the same sort of design, and it had a flip over thing as opposed to a disc tray, which is a lot better actually. Yeah. The Xbox didn't have a refresh. It wasn't out for long enough, really. 4 years.
Yeah.
And the GameCube didn't either.
No, the GameCube didn't have a refresh, but I know the GameCube had a few additions where it had like the Game Boy player adapter
Yes.
thing where you could pop on the bottom of the GameCube where you could put the Game Boy Advance games and play the...
That's fucking awesome. Yeah.
I love that. I had that. I actually had that adapter now, I remember.
And it was the same colour as the like,
It was the same colour as the console.
that purple sort of thing, which is great. Then generation after that, sick. Things really kicked into gear with all three consoles there. You had PS3,
Xbox 360.
yeah, PS3, Xbox 360, which had the Slim as well, and it actually had like the Elite and
Yeah, the Slim.
the S or the E.
The last one was the 360. I think it was the E, which is like the It was like a redo of the Slim, which is
so
really
many Xbox
weird.
360 refreshes.
Well, it was a popular console, so it was just sort of like people were always going to buy another one for their games and whatnot. The
Because
Wii.
they kept Red Ribbon dead.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Oh shit, got to buy another fucking console.
Which my PS3 melted actually, unfortunately. My original one. The motherboard just, the thermal shit or whatever.
Dead.
They're all both dead.
I don't want to talk about how many 360s I went through. Oh my god.
A lot.
So the Wii also had a refresh. The Wii Mini, I think it was called or something, which got rid of the GameCube functionality. And a PS3 Super Slim at the end of that generation came out. Probably to equal, like the Xbox E and shit like that.
Yeah, that's right. It's the last version of the console.
And then the generation now.
That we're at.
Where are we at? What's going on?
Well, so initially when Xbox launched, they launched it as like the all-in-one entertainment system. So you had the Kinect, you had your box, and you had your controller, and everything was
And
about. And headset. Good point. I was going to get to that, but yes. And that was their main focus. So giving everyone a complete experience, like a home entertainment system that you can control with your voice, do everything, watch TV, game, and everything. Obviously, they went down the wrong path in terms of selling that to the gamers. It seemed like they didn't care about the games as much as what they were maybe trying to do. It's really difficult to say.
Yeah, it's hard to say what sort of killed it, I guess, early on.
Yeah, because it felt like it was marketed as something completely different to being a gaming console.
And usually that was their message, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a very mixed message.
Yeah, that's right, mixed messages.
Yeah.
Instead of just Sony, which is just, games.
Games. This was TV.
Sports. Call of Duty.
Check out the dog in high definition.
I think that will define the first couple of years of Microsoft and Xbox
just
One.
shooting themselves repeatedly, basically.
Sports.
And then obviously they've had to go out and now correct all that stuff, and then they've brought us the Xbox One S.
Yes.
Now,
Which is the first refresh of the
Yeah,
Xbox
yeah.
One.
technically, it's Slim.
and it's actually a pretty good correction to start with, because they brought in an ultra high definition Blu-ray player. They've upscaled the games to 4K.
Yes.
It's not true
But the
4K
output
gaming,
of the console, yeah. Just to clear it up a bit.
Just a minor tweak to the CPU, I think, so it's got a little bit of a boost, so you can get a bit more frame rates in some games, which is good, because...
Just without even clicking a mode or anything to allow that, it's just out of the box, makes it perform better.
Yeah,
it's really good.
It's a minor tweak, but it's enough to, just clear up some issues with some games from the past. So I know there was a game, I think it was Assassin's Creed Unity, that struggled on all the consoles with frame rate. So
Which is
it's just these little tweaks that sort of help correct that stuff.
It's enough of a reason to give people the
But to buy it,
to buy it. Say you
Yeah.
get the old one, get the new one.
and it's cheap too. So.
This is getting into the gripe stuff now. So,
Here we go.
no headset.
What?
No headset.
Yes, it didn't come with a headset.
No, didn't come with a headset. X doesn't come with a headset. Now, with the S, there's different versions of the console, so there's different hard drive sizes. So you've got like 500, 1 terabyte, and then you've got the limited edition 2 terabyte.
Yep.
And you start to think, well, okay, you started off saying we're going to offer the complete experience,
But you didn't follow through.
but you didn't follow through. You're leaving stuff out.
Yeah, like
So-
later in the gen.
So you've got to argue, well, okay, if you want to give gamers a complete experience, why not give them a big hard drive so they can put all their games on there? You're not having to buy different versions of the same thing.
And then like they offer the Xbox branded Seagate external as well.
Yeah.
As if to say, oh, you need this. You got like 500 gig.
Yeah.
Well, how do you just let them, upgrade the hard drive like Sony did?
Yeah.
That would be an easy fix.
Mm.
Especially with like 4K and stuff updates, which are bigger, and you need the hard drive space.
Exactly right.
Everyone needs the hard drive space this gen, even the Switch. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bloody hell.
I'm coming down to about 32 gigabytes left on my SD card.
It's ridiculous.
No,
Wow.
that's 128 gigabyte SD card, so I think I might need to upgrade that to a 256 or maybe 512.
Mind you, you are a fairly hardcore Switch fan.
I'm a Nintendo fanboy.
Self-confessed.
Through and through.
Yes, indeed.
I was initially Nintendo myself. I started out with the 64, and I had so many good experiences there. And then that basically defined where I took my gaming from there on, until I landed somehow at Xbox, and then I had pain and positives and all this mixed bag of.
And then PlayStation as well. So you've been through all of it.
I've been through everywhere.
That's really cool.
Yeah, it's taken me on a crazy journey.
So the one thing with the Xbox One X, since we're sort of talking about
that's what we're going to go to now. Yeah, exactly.
I personally think, and my mate made a good point, they should have bundled it with the Elite controller.
Yes, that's so true.
Because that control's awesome, man.
It
I
is.
had it. I traded it in a while back. When I
But now you got an Xbox again. And you traded it like
that control itself was like $200.
Yeah.
yeah,
But it is
It's
more.
it is a good
worth
controller.
it. It feels so worth
Being
it.
able to swap the like the thumbsticks and the
D-pad,
D-pad
and even when you're playing after 10 minutes, you forget it's there. It just
Yeah.
melts in your hand and it's weighted correctly and it's
Yeah.
just it's solid and like if Sony made a version for the PS4, I'd be oh my god, give me two.
They've got third-party developers though, Sony, for that sort of
Yeah,
stuff.
that's a good point.
They've got what is it, Nikon and Razer.
Yes,
I've got the Razer Raiju actually for the PS4 now. It's my main controller, and that's wired.
that's right. Yeah, we discussed the microphone issue on that.
Yes, which is
some weird
it's
shit
really
happening
weird.
there.
Like it seems to be with the mic that was shipped with the console, that really cheap just wire thing that goes straight in your ear.
Yep.
When I switch it to the proper PlayStation headset using a cable, or if I just even use it unwired, it solves the issue because it's just directly linked with the PlayStation. It's not going through the controller.
Yeah.
But it seems when even if I have the wire in going into the headset, it's fixed the problem pretty good. So
Okay, well that's nice.
anyway.
Back
Back to topic. Back to the One X.
Guys, we've got a soundtrack. One X.
All right.
So what else is
What
missed
bothers me
opportunity
about
against
it? Well, 1 terabyte hard drive. Okay,
Yes,
and these games are freaking demanding. They're over 100 gigs. Some of them with these enhanced
the Xbox One X enhanced stuff?
games. Yeah, the titles and stuff.
Uh-huh.
So I'm talking like Gears of War 4's like 108 gigabytes. Forza 7's 96. I know Black Ops 3 with all its downloads and stuff is about 100. You know, I could go on about all the different titles that are actually eating up space. Like, you know, we're talking maybe fitting.
Halo,
You're lucky to
Master
fit 10, 15 games on it.
You told me about like what games you've got on there. Like the majority of your games are all on the external hard drive.
That's right.
You've got the big ones, probably the more frequent ones that you play on the actual hard drive on the Xbox itself.
Because the internal drive's designed to be quicker, apparently. So,
But the fact that Microsoft should be aware of how big the games are, and they don't ship it out with a bigger hard drive.
We even had the option. They had 3 Xbox One S options at launch, and they only want to give one X.
Yeah.
And for the price of it too, you'd expect at least a 2 terabyte.
I'd say at least 2 terabytes.
Because with the 1 terabyte, you can only fit like Forza, a couple of Halos, Gears of War.
That's it.
That's kind of it.
yeah.
It's kind of scary when you think about how big these games will get, because Doom, for example, on the PS4 and Xbox One, with no enhancements,
It's huge.
it's already 89 gigs.
Exactly.
Add 4K to that, it'd be like 140 fucking gig or something.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
This is a window into what next gen is going to be like. Like over 100 gig games, because surely 4K will be. Surely.
I think they'll be delving into 8K. Maybe.
Well, not because there's no real TVs or monitors out for it. They're not.
You never know.
Well, I know technology does sort of ramp up pretty quickly, so who knows? I mean, it is a couple of years away still, so things could change. But yeah, like 100 gig games would be the norm. And when it was only last gen that we had DVD discs still for the 360,
yeah, that's right.
which kind of held it back later on. But yeah,
And then they tried with HD DVD and they got binned, and then Sony dominated with the Blu-ray player, and now they're making UHD Blu-ray players, but they're not putting them in their new systems.
absolutely fucked
And
me.
Xbox has got it. They've got the UHD drive.
The One S.
Yeah, the One S.
Not even the One X. The One X does.
Yeah.
But the One S doesn't even have your fucking. No, sorry, the One S does. But the PS4, nah. Not even the Pro, nah. It's ridiculous. But you can stream and watch 4K content through Netflix and stuff and YouTube. But
Or if someone wants to put a disc in and watch a disc.
I know. which is the best quality.
Yeah.
Like, you know,
which Sony are the pioneers of that,
Of Blu-ray.
of that technology.
essentially, yeah.
Yeah.
10 years ago, they wanted to push it and shove it down your throat. 15, 20 years ago, you had the PS2, which was DVDs and stuff, shove it down your throat. Oh, no, it's alright.
Yeah.
This time it's okay.
And this is what we're getting at. It's sort of like with these console refreshes, they're just all missed opportunities.
At various points, yeah.
at various points, they like miss something, and you start to think, well,
it's that halfway console.
yeah,
Kind of, yeah. See, at least with last gen, like, the consoles didn't really add anything new to the refresh. It was just a cheaper version of the console. But now they're going with the whole, these are supposed to be better, and they're missing features.
Yeah.
Whether it's the hard drive or the Blu-ray drive or the whatever.
if they're missing a headset, if they're missing a stand, if you want to put your frigging console vertically.
So can you put the One X vertically without a stand? I don't think
No, you can't. It's not really advised
It's
without
not,
stand.
it's not,
It's not thick enough, is
No,
it? So
no.
the pros are fucking sandwich
You could do it.
It's like this thick. And you can, yeah, you don't need a stand. It's recommended, but...
But this is the thing that pisses me off. If you're a hardcore fanboy and you went and got your Project Scorpio edition, you'll get your friggin' vertical stand.
Yep.
But if you're a bit hesitant, you think, oh, you know, I want to see the reviews, like I want
Yeah.
to wait and buy it.
To see if it's worthwhile.
F you don't get your stand. That's what it is.
Yeah, and they
Yeah.
don't even sell the stand separately here
No,
in Australia,
not
don't
for the
they?
standard console.
Oh, come on.
I had to buy it from the friggin' US through Amazon. That's bullshit.
How much was the stand, by the way?
It was cheap. It was
Okay.
$15. It was shipping. It was like 27.
That's
So,
fine.
Yeah.
But it's not a... Oh, I guess, yeah.
No.
Yeah, that's not good enough, Microsoft. What are you doing?
I think going back on topic with the sizes of the hard drives, they just counter-argue saying, then you can just get an external hard drive, but then that's not the point. Why can't you put the bigger hard drive in it in the first place?
Yeah, I know. See, with consoles, it's supposed to be like simple and plug in and play, and you know, it's already unfortunately with the side effect of online shit that we have patches and stuff like coming in with these games. That aside, I don't want to have to put in more accessories and stuff. It kind of like reminds me of like Nintendo with their memory cards and their expansion packs and their Rumble packs and their Game Boy and like, or their Game Boy adapter for the GameCube.
Or the Game Boy printer.
Oh my god, yeah, you're right. The camera on the Game Boy Color thing. It wasn't even in colour, wasn't it?
No, it's black and white.
That's the sort of thing that gets lost in the playground, man.
Yeah.
Like, oh, check this out, guys. Oh, he's got the camera. Oh, and the printer is like...
It takes freaking half an hour to print out a picture.
Oh, take a selfie, mate.
And what happens when Nintendo stops selling the paper? You can't
That's
That's the shit thing about like these sort of like one-time use things.
See, those
and
are
stuff.
things that are going to be worth a lot of money in the future because people are going to be wanting to collect that technology.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. But like, what you're gonna in 20 years? Like, can you imagine in 30 years' time someone paying big bucks for like an Xbox branded external hard drive? Like that's just ridiculous now. Like, I guess if you want the complete experience.
Is that Seagate that produced the... Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
I actually saw today on the Facebook marketplace, there was a lady that was selling a 4 terabyte, the Xbox branded
Seagate.
Seagate, $120, which I thought was actually fucking pretty cheap.
Wow.
And I was just like, is there something wrong with it? And she was just like, no, it's just brand new, the box don't need it anymore.
She must have got it as like a nothing gift or
It's like
something.
$120 for a...
Get on that.
Yeah.
If it just uses it as a normal hard drive, but
Yeah.
Even use it with your freaking PlayStation, it gives a shit.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Well, actually, no, you can't put it in your PlayStation because it doesn't fit. So at the moment, as an external, you can use it,
Yeah.
but you can't take it out and put it in your console because 4 terabyte drives are still too
Too
thick.
thick, yeah. Yeah,
So-
the form factor's different. Yeah, that's right.
it's by a couple of millimeters or something. So
Yeah.
the biggest you can put in is 2 terabyte, which they should have put in with both consoles because the
Historically.
PS4 Pro and the X are 4K, marketed as 4K shit. They both get the same patches basically from the devs if they want to up the games.
I feel, having played both systems, I feel that PlayStation, the updates and stuff for the enhanced games aren't as big as what they are for the One X.
Oh yeah,
So the One X
But-
are more...
But yeah,
well, they're more native, I guess, more native.
But
4K,
in
yeah.
saying that, like, the PlayStation is offering something completely different in terms of the graphics options. Like, they're offering, like, it's a lower res, but the frame rates and stuff are a lot more stable.
Yeah.
Whereas I find that with the Xbox, there's still, like, a teething period at the moment where they're not really sure how to fully utilize the extra power.
Yeah.
Because I watched a video about Monster Hunter, and this is on Digital Foundry.
Yes.
They've got 3 different graphics options in the game settings.
Resolution, frame rate, or graphics.
Yeah.
So you can prioritize frame rate, prioritize resolution, or prioritize graphics.
Yeah.
But that's only on the Pro model. If you're playing it on the regular
Yeah.
PS4, you don't get that option.
So what about the X? Is it the same options?
It's the
as
same options, exactly.
Okay.
And
Okay.
what we're finding at the moment, or what they've found, is that the PS4 Pro outperforms the Xbox One X in resolution mode, which seems just absolutely bizarre to me, considering the fact that there's like 1.8 teraflops of extra friggin' power in that bloody thing.
Yeah, exactly.
And you're like,
It's a lot more
well,
power.
how could it have
What's
lower
it using?
frame rate?
What's it doing?
Yeah.
What's it doing?
And then you find that in the other two modes, which is what, graphics and frame rate,
Yeah.
the Xbox One X is outperforming the PS4 Pro, which seems right.
Okay,
Because
fair
it's a more
enough.
powerful
Yeah,
system.
But not the resolution?
yeah, and I'm thinking, well,
What the fuck?
What the hell?
yeah,
That's a big deal.
and this is my other biggest gripe. Like, the games are not being optimized well enough for these systems, and they're optional as well.
Yeah.
Like, developers can just go, you know what? I don't really give a shit about enhanced. I can just design this to run the exact same on each system.
Yeah,
Like-
which actually brings
Yeah.
us nicely to the point of all the games that are coming out still have to run on the base models.
Yeah, that's
Like
right.
the 2013 Xbox One and the PS4, and they will be for the next few years.
Until,
so as you say, it's
until the next
optional.
generation.
Yeah, exactly. Because it's like I'm surprised actually so many games have taken advantage of the enhancements, but depending how good they are too.
Some have done it well. Some, like I'm saying at the moment, it's a bit all over the shop.
Yeah,
Like,
or
you-
just not even worth it. Or the difference.
No.
So, have you played Forza Horizon 3 since the update?
Yes, I have. Oh my god, that was the best update I've experienced so far.
So
Actually,
what they've done good with that as well is they haven't updated the frame rate or nothing. It's just
the resolution's been
resolution.
bumped
Yeah.
massively,
Yeah.
and it looks it's so crisp.
it's a proper way to do it, I guess. You just enhance the game's original vision, I guess. Because if you give people options, it's like, well, what's the right way to play this game? Because consoles aren't supposed to have that sort of shit like PCs do. It's like you plug it in, you play, and this is it.
There you go.
It's almost like what we're talking about now is what you get on a friggin' PC.
Yeah.
You choose how
Like,
you
oh, you want
set up your
resolution
game.
or you
Yeah.
want frame rate? And
Yeah.
It's
This is PC options.
like about a LAN. It's
Yeah.
like, you know, like, fuck, okay, I want to up the frame rate and fuck the resolution. Or
And
something.
it's so stupid because they don't even bother, particularly we're talking about Monster Hunter here, to cap the frame rate. They don't cap it. It's just like it's unlocked, and then you get sort of inconsistent frames where you're looking from like going at maybe hitting 60, and then you'll drop to like 40 or even lower, and you're like, well,
the hell?
my gameplay's inconsistent.
That's really
here.
annoying. Because it's not smooth and it's
Yeah.
not. Because like a rock solid frame rate makes a huge difference. Like with
It does.
like with Halo 5, that's
Yeah.
rock solid 60,
Mm.
and it's smooth, nothing dips. It's an amazing technical achievement, I must say, because
Yeah.
the game looks great.
Yeah.
Same with Destiny. It's just rock solid 30 frames a second, no matter basically what happens.
Yeah.
Like, and you can you imagine if that game was going from 30 to 60. It's like you're walking in some caves, and it's like goes quicker, and it's slower, and it's like,
Yeah.
oh, it's jaggedy, and then like you get screen tearing and stuff. Like, you know what that?
Screen tearing's bad because you go on PC. My god.
Oh yeah, that's probably a big thing.
It'd be actually interesting to see, like, if there's any screen tearing in like Monster Hunter, because like I haven't actually played the game like you've got on your PS4. Have you switched it around and had a look at any of the
No,
different
no, I
graphics
haven't.
options? No?
But it's when you're doing a hunt, say like you're hunting a big dinosaur or something, and there's a lot happening on the screen. You do notice that it does frame rates
Frame
drop
rate
a little bit.
drops,
Like it can't keep up with everything that's happening on the screen.
Being inconsistent.
Yeah. But it's a good game. They've done it well.
So I was just thinking now, actually, with the PS4 Pro and the Xbox One X being the mid refreshes and they'll be around for another few years, I don't see the Switch doing the same thing. With
Well,
like extra
Nintendo
power or
have
whatever.
been very consistent with the way that they've done their releases of the console, because you don't rarely see system refreshes for them. It's just
Nah.
it comes out and it stays the same.
Pretty much. It was the same with the Wii. Like, okay, the mini one came out, but yeah, it's not the same sort of deal where it's refreshed all the time as well.
They sort of classify like handhelds, like the Game Boy. There's a Game Boy Color.
Actually, yeah, the handhelds is a different story.
Yeah.
So actually, we'll go with that. Just
So so there was a Game Boy, which
Yep.
was a big fat grey piece of thing.
yeah, the fucking massive with the red buttons and it was just chunky.
So then there was a Game Boy Color, which was
Pocket.
Game Boy Pocket,
Game Boy
which was in black and white.
My first
Then there was a
Game
Game Boy
Boy.
Color, which was released in a variety of colours. Like
Eventually, yes.
Yeah.
So at the start, it had like 5-6 colours, but then the Neotone stuff came out. That's what most people remember it for. I had the purple one.
Yeah, I had the purple one.
Fuck yeah, man. Neotone's purple.
Then there was a Game Boy Advance.
Game Boy Advance, yes, and that had 3, I think.
Yeah.
Because he had the SP. Was it SP?
So there was a
Well, I thought-
yeah, I
The clamshell.
yeah.
Yeah.
So there was Game Boy Advance, Game Boy Advance SP, then there was
Game Boy Advance like Micro or something.
Game Boy Micro.
Which was like
Fucking
a smaller version of the Advance, basically.
Yeah.
Which was an iconic design, actually,
Yeah.
but it wasn't bright enough on screen.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But so the good thing with like those are with the Game Boy Advance, you played old Game Boy games. So you weren't limited to just playing the Game Boy Advance games.
Could that play Game Boy
It could play all
and Color as well? Because they use the same cartridge.
Yeah.
That's like the ultimate Game Boy then, right?
Just the Game Boy Advance games had they were small.
The smaller one,
Yeah.
yeah. They use the same slot there.
Yeah.
It's just, that's amazing. But the DS, which is the next one.
Yeah. So then there was the Game Boy Micro, then there was the Nintendo DS.
Yes. But that couldn't play color games, could it? No.
No. It was
just the Game Boy Advance.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I had different slots,
Yeah.
yeah. And the first DS was actually pretty chunky.
Yeah.
Going back and
Massive.
looking at it, yeah.
Yeah,
It was awesome at the time though.
So then like there was a DS, and then after that there was a
DSi?
DSi, and there was a DS Lite.
Yeah, or other way around or something, yeah.
DS was pretty popular because you could play all the older games on
Yeah.
it too.
Well, so there was a DS, then there was a DS Lite, then there was a DSi, and then there was a DSi XL, and then there was a 3DS.
Ah, the XLs, yeah.
Yeah.
And then the
So-
3DS.
So there was a 3DS, then there was a 3DS XL, and then there was a new 3DS,
That's
and then
right.
a new 3DS XL.
I think the new 3DS is the closest they've gone to like a proper more, like, because there was the extra button.
Yeah.
Or extra buttons, actually.
Yeah.
The C stick.
Yeah.
Which was, what the fuck.
Yeah.
Just add another analog stick, man. Well, they finally did it with the Switch, I guess. But,
Yeah.
Yeah.
oh, like with the PSV, that was a proper fucking,
Yeah.
that's how you do it. That's how you
I
fucking do
feel
it.
sorry for that console. I really do.
Vita?
It had so much potential, but now it's just feeling like it's just fading away.
So yeah, Sony just sort of like, because it didn't sell anywhere near as much as the PSP, which is a massive success, which is an awesome console.
I think the fact that they utilised their own branded, expensive freaking the memory cards instead of
Yeah,
utilising
they shot
micro SD
themselves
cards.
there.
Didn't help. Definitely didn't help. I can understand why they did it with the PSP, but by the time the Vita came out, just use micro SD. Come on.
Yeah, I know.
And it was limited to 64 gig, like the biggest one,
Yeah.
Garbage.
with whatever internal memory you get, which it's like a gig or something. So yeah, like that was just shit. But yeah, great console. Fuck, the Vita's great. It's powerful. It's fucking small. It's light. It's
You can play Destiny on the toilet while taking a shit.
exactly. Connect your Wi-Fi and off you go. You can
PS4, yeah.
code, you know, do some loot cave stuff and and you can play PS1 games if you want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which you can't do on the PS4, which is absolute.
What the fuck, Sony? You can play your PS1 games on your Vita and your PSP, but the PS4, oh no.
No,
Can't do that.
Not a thing.
no,
Why not?
compatibility. No.
Please, Sony, please release the emulator.
This one on
Yes, you have. You have.
Absolutely.
Yes, back on the topic of refreshers.
Refreshers, and
So
Nintendo stuff.
Nintendo with their handhelds have always had many.
They have always had
multiple
stuff.
Oh, definitely.
And the new iterations of them have always been for little improvement.
Well, it seems now they're starting to kill off 3D, and now they're moving into just having 2D. I think it's 2DS XL.
Oh, yeah, there's a 2DS as well.
XL now, yeah. It's a big one, like a bigger screen, because the original 2DS was just this flat
It's
thing
just
with
that
two screens.
$150 thing, yeah, which it was like a.
Well, because I'll probably say
It
that.
was a door bench. That's what it was like.
That's a good way to describe it, just a door
A
stop.
massive door stop.
Yeah.
Because the new 2DS was good.
With the 3DS, I've never actually
Used 3D?
used 3D.
I've used it like once or twice to check it out.
Oh, shit!
So these
I
people.
mean, I've used it, but I've never actually bought a game just for the 3D feature.
Oh, because it wasn't a feature of the games, it was a feature of the
Because
console.
the feature of the original 3D, the way that the original 3D works is you needed to hold it in a certain point for it to maintain 3D, as opposed to the new one where it's got like that attracts your
face.
attracts your face so that it maintains the 3D no matter how you're. But then again, I don't use it anyway, so YOLO.
Yeah, I had a hilarious experience because my girlfriend got a 3DS, and this would have been last year. And she goes to EV, she's like, oh, the 3D is not working properly. And I'm like, well, you're not holding it at the right angle.
You're supposed to stare at it essentially,
Yeah,
like the right angle.
I'm just like, it works fine. And I'm like, holding it, and yeah.
Yeah, so I sort of think they're kind of killing off I think the 3DS and the 2DS and all that are probably going to be the last of the handhelds, and I think the handhelds are sort of moving towards the Switch, but...
Could be.
Speaking of just sort of 3D, like, just sort of fading away, I know with TVs now, even like, you know, the new ones now, 4K ones, like, you find that they don't have the 3D option anymore.
A lot of the big brands killed it off.
Yeah.
Sony stopped it.
Remember
LG and stuff, I think.
Yeah.
I remember when my parents got their first 3D TV, and it was awesome, with the big chunky 3D glasses, and it's just like, whatever.
Yeah, because normally it was the 3D Blu-rays are so much more expensive. That's what kind of killed it too. It's like $40.
Oh, you see so many on the shelf at JB not being sold. You just sit there, you just look at them, you just like, who's buying this shit? Like, no one.
No one. See, I did get the last generation of 3D TVs with Sony. I'm glad I did.
Yeah.
Because now I do have one.
Yeah, I do. Like,
Yeah, you got one as well. Yeah,
Yeah.
the old one, which is a fantastic TV by the way. That one, that 40 inch.
It's now my main PC. Funnily enough.
Why wouldn't you buy a TV for a PC monitor these days? Seriously, you're 40 inches instead of like. Why not? It's the way to go, man. Unless you want to be like Landlord Mitchell and like have a 32-inch curved
4K screen.
4K, 144 megahertz. How much was that, mate? Not the price of a PC.
We'll probably watch this, you know. You're like, oh fuck you guys, I stick with my PC master rates.
Hi, Mr. Teriyaki. We love you and your landlordness.
Yes.
It's actually wonderful.
Going back on Nintendo and the Switch,
Yes. Do you think what will they do? They'll just...
if they do, they might maybe do one with a better quality battery, maybe one with a bigger internal hard drive. They might keep the display as is. I reckon the display.
The display will stay. The display will
So I
stay.
reckon that just like bigger internal hard drive and better battery.
Well, I was actually sort of thinking about this last night a little bit, like what else they could do. Like if they're going to make another console in the future, like ways that they can design it. Like, you know how they have a dock and it sits upright. Like, I'm starting to think now that they might even have like a sideways dock and like almost a tablet screen that you could slide into it and then display on the TV, sort of thing.
Yeah, well,
so it's not taking up too much space.
So just a different way to insert the thing.
Yeah.
I guess if they redesign the dock because it's scratching consoles.
Mine's scratching the bottom back of my Switch.
So if they make one where you can slide it, maybe it'll be a different design where it doesn't scratch or something.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty neat. It'd be like putting in a VHS. Just
Yeah, exactly.
They've got the potential there, like with the dock, because it's essentially just a piece of plastic which...
with a HDMI like
HDMI,
cable and it's bloody expensive for what it is, I must say. But in saying that though, it does have that feature where it switches on your TV and stuff. So
So when you put it into the dock, it just changes the channel, puts the TV on to the channel.
I love that feature.
That's
so
pretty
much.
neat.
It's so good.
It's a one step further than the Bravia stuff almost. Like
Yeah, the Bravia sync, that took a while actually to come in, but even like I found it worked well with the PS3. It still works well with the PS4, but
only thing with the PS3 one though, which just shits me, is you can't just change back to it if you press the home button on the controller. I've noticed. PS4
oh, that's good.
which is nice because
Yeah.
if I'm like switch to my PC and then I want to go back to PS4, just press the home button and it switches it, which is nice. But on PS3 you gotta do it. But
stuff around
if you
it.
turn on the PS3 console, it will switch to it first time, which is fine.
Yeah, just little
It's alright.
details.
Yeah, just little things that iterate with each generation and stuff. Do you think they'll make a Switch Mini? Like,
Or a Switch that has something that's got like the not
the Joy-Cons attached to it? Yeah.
Mm.
I reckon they might. It's a good opportunity there. If they're going to kill off like another handheld and just have the Switch, they'll probably have a cheaper option.
I reckon if they do something like that, they'll need to do something that's got a better battery and bigger hard drive, like 32 gigabytes internal.
It's a good point because when you think about it, what games are mostly utilizing like just individual Joy-Cons and like that sort of HD vibration stuff?
I see a lot of people do utilize the Joy-Cons where they have the Switch set up there and they play like Skyrim with the Joy-Cons
But it's not like necessary.
No,
not for all the games anyway.
Yeah.
Like the only one I can think of is 1-2 Switch,
which is garbage.
Oh, it is trash.
That's a game that should have been packaged for free with the Switch.
Yes, it could have been Wii Sports.
Yeah.
No. They want to make
What was that game where there was like a game where you have to put the Joy-Con down on the table and actually spin it? And that was part of 1-2 Switch, and it's like, oh, how many rotations can you do?
Oh
and then it comes up on screen, and it's like, are you fucking kidding me? Who gets enjoyment out of doing this?
And you gotta milk the cow.
Oh yeah, fuck, you gotta... what the
I
fuck?
guess how much water's in the glass and all this sort of shit, and you're like, are you...
The ice cubes in the
But,
garden.
that should have been packaged for free with the Switch, and it's not worth the $60-70 that they were asking for it.
You should have like
no.
a free game to
Yeah.
download at least or something, yeah. To show off
Like
what
what Wii Sports was to the Wii.
Exactly. Which this
That was
shits
so-
me still. That makes it the best selling game ever, Wii Sports, because it's
It's for free.
packaged. It was packaged and it was counted as a sale. So when you look at the sales, it's like 78 million or something, and then it's like Grand Theft Auto. I don't know, maybe it's Grand Theft Auto or something. But that's ridiculous. But Nintendo being smart, because the Wii did sell 100 million copies of consoles, I should say.
I'd like to see what they do at E3 this year, if the credible source is credible
I reckon,
and is legit.
I reckon Nintendo will disappoint. How much on a roll can they be? Because they have been on a roll. But what they'll do is they'll miss out on something. It'll just be one thing they'll miss out. So they might announce Smash Bros. And not the Pokemon. Or they announce the Pokemon and not the Smash Bros.
For me, either or.
Like, what else could they miss out on, I guess? Like, the Mario's already out, Zelda's already out. I mean, they might do a remake, I guess, or something.
Oh,
Maybe
but it's okay. You've got Pokemon in your Smash Brothers.
Yeah, true.
You got
Or
Pokemon.
some weird friggin'
You know
hybrid.
they had the Pokemon tournament?
Pokemon, yes.
Yes,
Pokemon
that's right.
Tekken.
Is that coming out for Switch?
It's
It's
already
already
out.
out.
Yeah.
So the Hyrule Warriors is coming out as well.
Yes. The Hyrule Warriors Definitive Edition.
They might, I think they'll just end up having everything that was on Wii U.
Well, see, that's the thing.
Switch.
With as the Wii U was a fail, the Switch is a great success. So they're just going to port over.
Great success! You're absolutely right. Can you imagine Borat standing with his Joy-Cons? Like, great success!
Number one console in Kazakhstan!
There's no ditch! Expect the Switch, but high five!
So they'll just port over all games, which like
Pretty much all of them.
Yeah, I think the first one that they're doing is Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze.
Are they doing Tropical Freeze for the
Switch? Yeah.
So they're not even making a new Donkey Kong game.
No.
They can get away with it though, because a lot of people didn't buy a Wii U. So give them the opportunity to play these games.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah.
And because it's probably as powerful, if not a little bit more.
And it's more popular. So why not just re-release?
And then you can have them portable as well.
Yeah.
Which is the big drawing card of the Wii, obviously,
Yeah.
of the Switch, obviously. But the Wii U, yeah, just take a tablet around the house. Big drawing card there.
Does that still have to be connected to the console wired?
You had to be in the same sort of room.
But you needed to be in the same room when you were a certain distance away.
Yeah.
Say you can't use
It's
any.
kind of like a Bluetooth band. Like it was. It didn't. If it ran on Wi-Fi, that would have been a lot nicer, I guess. But
It's not like your Vita or
No.
your PS4.
No,
Yeah.
unfortunately
You
not.
needed to be within distance of the actual console.
Ugh.
That's just the Wii U. It just that does two things right and then three things wrong. Like
Yeah.
you know, garbage. But the Switch is making up for it, which is all good.
Yeah.
So you reckon the Switch will surpass what Xbox sales?
This is an interesting one to close off the night with. So at the moment, there's about 80 million PS4 sales. There's about 35-40 million Xbox Ones, and 13 million Switches.
In its lifetime?
Yes, this is in its
I'm
lifetime.
hearing the One X is selling well. Is that right?
It is selling relatively
Yeah.
well, yeah,
Yeah.
but it's not catching the PS4 at all.
No, I just wouldn't think so.
But with the Switch selling so well, there's a chance that by the end of the generation it could surpass the Xbox One, which I could see happening. Because the Xbox One might sell, I don't know, maybe 50 million, 60 million, which is not shit, but
There's no chance it'll overtake PS4.
The biggest problem with Microsoft was they started digging themselves a big hole, and now
At
they're
the start,
now
yeah.
they're trying to dig themselves
out of it,
Yeah.
exactly, with the One X, and
Yeah.
with the One X essentially. I mean, we'll see how the next few years go. It depends on the games too, man. Like, but I think, I mean, we're halfway through this generation already. I don't think they'll catch up to PS4.
No.
PS4 might reach PS2, which was 150 million.
That's a lot of
That's a
consoles.
lot of consoles, though. Fuck. 150 million.
Wow.
It's the best selling console of all time, so
Yeah.
Jesus. I think it's already.
Apparently they've said that the Switch Switch is the fastest selling console in US history.
US or Japan?
I think it was US.
Yeah. Really? Fuck.
Wow.
So that's. I mean, it is selling a lot. It hasn't even been out for
There
a
was
year yet.
so much shortage in Japan that there were people that were losing interest because they couldn't get it.
That's the worst thing I could imagine.
But then they restocked and stock was not a problem anymore. But then the games were coming
as well.
Yeah.
What's amazing too is that the console's so much more expensive than your PS4 and your Xbox One X. Sorry, One. It's like $450 now, which
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
it's gone down in
It's not a
price.
drop.
But most are bundles.
Yeah.
You can get bundles and stuff, yeah, but it's still like $500 then. It's like,
I think I saw it for like $469.
yeah, JB I think it's $469 at the moment.
Yeah.
So it's dropped like $80 in price in less than a year. It's still expensive, but when it comes down to like $200 and it's a viable handheld, it's gonna explode through the roof, man. Like in terms of sales, because kids will get it for Christmas and like because it's Nintendo. Like,
Do you know the price of the PS4 Slim? Because I know the 1S, like the base model, like 500 gigs is about just over 200 and like in the 230s roughly, and
That cheap,
with games
huh?
like 260. I think I saw like this is like around Christmas time. I saw it for maybe 260 with a couple of games, which isn't too bad.
back when I last checked, the PS4 500 gig was like $320. So it is more expensive than the 1S.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're getting a friggin' Ultra HD Blu-ray drive over the bloody Slim. So I mean, you've got a decent argument to say, hey, well,
So we've got here.
Get the
or
S,
the S,
sorry.
yeah, S.
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
So we've got here EB games.
EB games in their RRP. What's going
So
on?
you get a 1 terabyte PS4 Slim plus 2 games plus an extra controller for $520. This is EB Games who sells everything at maximum retail.
Is that 500 gigabyte? Did you say?
1 terabyte.
Oh, 1 terabyte. With what? 2 controllers?
2 controllers and 2 games.
That's the Slim.
Yeah.
It's not even the Pro.
Yeah.
Oh
For
my
how
God.
much? $500?
520.
520. No.
This is EB Games, remember.
Ugh, no, that's not worth it. Man.
No.
So then we'll go to a different retailer.
See what bundles. Go to JB, see what bundles they got.
Let's see that. Okay, so here, so they've got the PlayStation 4 Pro 1 terabyte Glacier White console plus 2 games for $560.
That's not bad.
That
That's
was
the
one that
price
they
of the
released when
console.
Destiny 2 came out.
Oh yeah.
So then we'll go to JB Hi-Fi.
At that money, it's a no-brainer to buy the Pro.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Spent
At that
like what,
price.
$40
Yeah.
difference roughly.
Yeah, and you get but then you only get. Oh, hang on. You only missing the controller.
Yeah.
Oh, but hang on. Yeah, no. Get the Pro.
Yeah, exactly.
Get the PS4 Pro.
Just get it.
Fuck. Maybe I should upgrade from my peasant spec Metal Gear Solid 5 PS4. Actually, no. I'm taking it for the team, and I'm striving forward.
Yeah,
I'm going to show
that's
you
it.
guys that I can do this gen with less power.
Okay. So JB Hi-Fi have
The whole argument is that you only have to buy these upgrade editions of the console with the extra power and graphics if you have a 4K TV. That is the only reason.
Or if you have to replace the console.
Yeah,
So-
which is one of the reasons why I did it in the first place.
Yeah, well, because you had the launch model PS4.
Yeah, but it lasted a while, and I bought that from friggin' Dick Smith of all places. It went under, and it started to spit discs out, and I couldn't go to Dick Smith. Oh shit, it does exist.
You go there, and go, oh shit, there's a best and less now. You guys take PS4s.
Oh, yo,
JB Hi-Fi. What have
JB
you got?
Hi-Fi have the PlayStation 4 1 terabyte bundle, which comes with the console, 1 terabyte console, and 2 games.
Yes.
And 1 controller.
One controller.
For $500.
Wait, so EB are better than?
Yeah.
Because they got 2.
Yeah. So for an extra $20, you get 2 controllers.
Fuck. Jesus.
Yeah. But then, see that you get the equivalent for the Xbox One S bundle. You get the console, 2 games, $400. So $100 left.
Oh, that's the 1 terabyte model
Yeah.
of the 1S as well.
The 1 terabyte, yeah. That's oh, actually. Yeah, that's not bad.
See, for that one, for an extra $20, you could go, if you wanted to get another control, you could go to EB Games
and get that bundle
Yeah.
instead. Well, bundles are always competing with each other in that sort of
Yeah.
sense, I guess. So how much is do they have 1X bundle? Still? No, they didn't.
No.
They had that a few
There
weeks
was
ago.
that one that you
Oh,
got. That was a decent
that was the
bundle.
Australia Day bundle. And
Was it $600, yeah?
It was $5.99,
Yeah.
and you get the console with Forza 7
And PUBG.
and PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds.
PUBG.
So you get basically almost $100 worth of games there,
Yeah.
easy.
just quickly too, with PUBG that came with it, did it come with just a slip, yeah?
Just
Yeah,
a code,
a
just a
receipt
download
comes
code.
with it. No,
No,
doesn't come with the case. It's just you get the receipt.
Because at JB Hi-Fi and Craigieville, I saw behind the counter.
I saw it
You saw it
too.
too?
I've
There's
seen
cases
it.
of PUBG.
Yeah.
Cases,
With,
yeah.
with the download code, I guess. But how good would that be to have it in your collection, though? Like, oh, maybe you could just ask for it, but hey, can I just have that?
Yeah.
And that reminds me, I actually got it. Do you need a spare Xbox case?
Or
No, I think it was someone else.
uh,
So my mate got given from his little nephews a copy of Call of Duty World War II.
oh really? Wow. Okay.
Yeah, just a disc though.
Just
and,
okay.
and it's a bit sus. You think, why are you just giving me the disc? And the kid didn't really tell him why.
I smashed the case because
That's exactly what he did. He raged and he ripped the case in half. So now he's just got the disc left. Oh, just give it away.
Oh, I meant to bloody break the disc in half.
But I broke the case in half instead. So now I still got the disc. Oh, bloody hell. So
Oh.
what are we looking at now?
Oh, just
What you got there?
different bundles.
Oh,
So
there's JB.
there's a PlayStation 4 Pro, the Monster Hunter, the bundle. So it's a limited edition console, $660.
That's a limited edition
That's-
console.
that's a
That's got
decent
like the
console.
monster art. I mean, sorry, the monster art.
So then there's the
console art.
So then like there's
the art online.
so there was the one for like the PS4 Slims where they did the Gran Turismo and all that sort of stuff, and I was a bit disappointed that they didn't do those in the PS4 Pro.
I was very
Yeah.
disappointed too.
Like if they did a PS4 Pro,
I would have
PS4 one.
Yep.
With the controller.
With the controller, yeah. I don't care how shit it looked as long as the PS4 Pro on it. Yeah, sweet. 'Cause I'm
Yeah.
a GT fan. Fuck yeah. But no, the Star Wars one looked alright, but
It still looked like just stickers put on it though.
That's the thing,
biggest.
yeah.
That's the biggest issue
it
with
just
it.
looks like a decal. You know, I want like a different paint.
That can be another gripe about these.
the lack
these
of
editions.
artistry.
Yeah,
Yeah,
in
that's
these
right.
limited editions
And
of
like
these
the
friggin'
controllers and consoles, yeah.
console refreshers, it's like
So yeah.
the
Probably not.
effort that they put in. It's like,
Oh,
oh
like
yeah,
that,
because it's the game, give us money. Yeah, you got to do a good job though.
The worst one's probably Call of Duty.
Yeah,
Black Ops 3. Holy shit, that looks shit on the PS3. It literally looked like decals you buy off eBay.
yeah,
Like
Just
$2.
stick it on there.
Yeah, just stick it on there, it's the same shit. The
Yeah.
controller looked different, I think, but
yeah. Look
Ah.
at it. No.
and no, that's why it sticks out. The Destiny console, the first one was decent though.
Mm.
It had like a map or something like that. It looked.
Destiny
it looked
2
nice.
Destiny 2 was just there was no limited edition. It was just
It was just white, wasn't it? The
just
white,
like the
white
controller.
PS4 Pro.
The controller was
Oh,
garbage.
yeah. The
It
controllers are-
was like stickers.
Yeah.
Like if they, like where the PlayStation, the home button is, if they changed
They
that to
changed
have like
that.
the Destiny logo,
Put
and
something on the trackpad,
like little details like that.
painted
I
different.
know. With the Star Wars limited edition, they had actually Star Wars engraved into the touchpad, and you could see that. That was sick. I
That's a
actually
nice
like
little
that.
addition,
Yeah,
yeah.
that was cool.
Absolutely right. And
Yeah.
I'm not sure if they did that with. I'm sure they did that with the first one, the Darth Vader one.
Yeah.
The etched Darth Vader console as well, which was alright as well. But
So, yeah.
anyway, guys, thank you for being on this Midnight Gaming Council, this
That's all right.
session tonight, being summoned here.
Got our gripes out of our
to
system.
talk about whatever was on your mind about video games and whether it's mobile games or Xboxes or games itself like Final Fantasy. There's stuff to praise and critique in the video game industry.
Yes, there's
Yeah.
lots.
There is lots, but we love it all the same. So that's why we've been gamers for all our lives, as true gamers are. So we're wrapping it up there. As I said, thank you for being on, and we'll see you guys next time.
Yep.
See you later.
Peace out.
Peace out. Yeah. Alright. What do you get to? Don't feel like it. It's like branching out, going off topic every time. It's just towards the end of the last 10 minutes. It's alright because I'll sit back and I'll make like thumbnails and stuff as well, like instead of YouTube custom thumbnails, I'll make like custom ones. So for like,
They're gonna upload like the full thing.
yeah, the full episode, this is the episode number, whatever.